The Warmth Within, My Journey from Cold to Bold. For as long as she could remember, Alara viewed winter not as a season of snowballs and cider, but as a season of shadows. While her friends were out ice skating, she was buried under a mountain of wool blankets, her nose red and her spirit dampened by a heavy, recurring cold. She felt much older than her 25 years, her body a fragile shell that seemed to break at the first hint of a breeze. Her nightstand was a graveyard of orange plastic bottles and half-empty blister packs. A pill for the sniffles, a pill for the cough, she would sigh, hoping for a quick fix that never seemed to last. Alara felt like she was constantly chasing health, trying to catch it in a bottle, but it always slipped through her fingers, leaving her drained and shivering. One afternoon, her neighbor Theron stopped by with something different. He didn't bring another box of pills. Instead, he carried a steaming mug that smelled of citrus and spice. True strength doesn't come from a bottle on a shelf, Alara, Theron said gently, his voice as warm as the drink. It comes from the habits you build within yourself. Theron taught Alara that immunity wasn't a lucky charm, it was a 5-step journey. First, she learned to prioritize deep, restorative sleep, letting her body knit itself back together in the dark. Then came nutrition, filling her plate with the colors of the earth. She began to see her body, not as a problem to be solved, but as a garden to be tended. Next came rest and exercise. Theron walked with her through the crisp air, encouraging her to move her limbs until her blood hummed with life. They found the balance between pushing the heart and calming the mind. Rest isn't just sleeping, Theron explained as they paused on a park bench. It's giving your soul a chance to catch up with your body. The final step was the most important, dreaming of the future. Theron encouraged Alara to imagine a version of herself that wasn't defined by fatigue. She began to write down her goals, picturing herself hiking mountains and traveling the world. For the first time, her mind was clearer than her nose, filled with the bright possibilities of tomorrow. But the heart of her transformation was a cozy new ritual. Every morning, Alara would carefully mix a vibrant blend of BioSlife 7 and C+. She watched as the powder swirled into the water, a golden infusion designed to prime her system and fortify her defenses. It wasn't a chore. It was a moment of mindfulness, a promise to herself that she was worth the effort. In the afternoons, she and Theron would share a hot cup of Unimint lemon ginger. The steam cleared her senses, and the warmth spread through her chest like a slow-burning fire. As they sat by the fireplace, Alara realized she hadn't shivered in weeks. The cold was outside, but the warmth was now firmly planted within her. Winter arrived again, but this time, Alara was ready. She stepped out into the falling snow without a second thought. Her nose was clear, her breathing was steady, and her energy felt limitless. She no longer felt aged by her ailments. She felt young, vibrant, and incredibly bold. The habit of health had become her strongest shield. Now Ilara's life is no longer lived in the shadows of a sickbed. She follows her 5 steps, sips her warm blends, and dreams bigger than ever before. She learned that while we cannot stop the winter from coming, we can always carry the summer inside us. From cold to bold, her journey had finally led her home to herself,